Most players completely overlook Charlie because he's only an elite hero, but that's a huge mistake. Charlie is one of the strongest free-to-play infantry heroes in Doomsday Last Survivors, packing massive rage generation, excellent crowd control, and surprising survivability. Today, I'm breaking down every single one of Charlie's battle skills, adventure skills, best weapon, beast, lineups, talent trees, and whether he's worth investing today. Let's jump in. All right, so he's an elite infantry. He's in the front line. He's good for Garrison, and he helps with the skills. All right, so the thing is, should you build Charlie? Now, his pros, he's easy to awaken with the elite fragments, of course. Great early game infantry hero. Excellent rage generation. Strong fan-shaped AoE attacks. Useful for free play players. Solid defensive bonuses. Now, his cons, he falls behind premium legendary infantry heroes late game. Primarily shines in infantry marches. Mostly an early to mid game investment. All right, so let's go ahead and go over some skills. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk about some adventure skills first here because I usually forget those. Now, the first one is called Burst Shot. Deals 540% attack as damage to units in a fan-shaped area. Now, that's max level, of course. Now, this is one of his AoE skills. He fires in a fan shape like we just said. Deals AoE damage. Knocks enemies backward and stuns them for 2 seconds. Now, the reason why this is good because it provides crowd control, burst damage, breathing room for your backline. It's excellent during memory trip, campaign, adventure stages, and zombie waves. Next adventure skill is called Horror Wonderland. Increase defense of frontline heroes by 15%. And then the next one's called Showtime. When attack deals 144% attack as damage to nearby units and knocks them back. This effect can be triggered only once. Next adventure skill is called Blooming Fireworks. Increases own hit point by 9%. Self-explanatory there. And then we're going to go ahead and get into his battle skills. First one's called Burst Shot. That's his rage skill. Deals damage up to 3 enemies in a fan-shaped area. Recovers 50 rage for every target hit. Now that's kind of amazing right there to me. Now this is Charlie's signature ability. Instead of simply dealing damage, he immediately starts rebuilding rage. Like you said, so we got 50 rage per enemy hit. This creates a fast skill cycling loop. All right, so next battle skill is called Horror Wonderland. Increases infantry defense by 18%. Now, you also got to keep in mind, anytime that you can reduce enemy damage after being attacked, this is going to make your team harder to kill, of course. Especially if those fights run a very long time. Next skill is called Showtime. Increases infantry attack by 12%. When attacked, has 10% chance to reduce enemy damage by 10% on the next turn. This effect can be triggered only once every 6 seconds, or in 6 seconds. Next battle skill is called Blooming Fireworks. When garrisoning, increases infantry squad hit points by 10%. And then we have the Awaken skill, which is called Happy Hour. All right, so Charlie upgrades Crazy Whispers. He hits 5 enemies, basically. Higher damage factor. He keeps rage recovery effect. Now, this is one of the biggest reasons that Charlie stays relevant for much longer than any other elite hero in this game. You know, I had a buddy that was telling me when we first started on the server, he's like, hey man, you need to use Charlie. I said, man, I'm not using that dude. So I remember him from a long time ago, and he was good, but he wasn't great. You know, because you start doing your pulls, and you start getting better heroes, he gets replaced pretty quickly. But if you're very unlucky, this is really one of the better heroes to start off with, honestly. Now, depending on what you're going to be doing inside the game, whether you're going to be using him as an infantry hero, which, if you first start off, this is what you're going to have for infantry because you get him off the bat. Or if you want to use him as a garrison, because sometimes it's kind of hard to get a garrison hero off the bat. It depends on which way you're going to go. Now, if you go with the infantry tree, if you're doing PvP or open field, you're going to prioritize anything with infantry attack, infantry health, infantry defense. And then when you have all those nodes filled in, you're going to go into the skills tree. Okay? You're going to do anything that gives anything with rage generation, skill damage, rage recovery, skill cycling. Now, Charlie's going to benefit tremendously from firing his rage skills as often as possible. All right, so when it comes to the best weapons, Charlie's going to perform best with infantry gear, emphasizing, of course. You're going to make sure it has infantry attack, infantry hit points, infantry defense, skill damage, rage generation if that's available. Avoid equipment built for riders or any range heroes. Keep in mind he's a infantry hero. And I haven't really played with any beasts on this account, so I don't have any unlocked here. But if you are going to be using beasts, Charlie pairs best with beasts that provide infantry buffs, defense, hit points, skill damage, rage gain. If you have multiple beasts, prioritize your strongest infantry focused beast on Charlie. All right, so when it comes to the hero pairings, when it comes to early game, I'm going to say the best one is going to be Charlie and Liam. This is going to be great infantry starter march. This is how you're going to start off with. These two guys are going to be the first characters you're going to be running across anyway, so why not pair them up? A really good defensive pair lineup you can use is Charlie and Tom. This is going to be excellent durability for you. Okay, if you guys can unlock Tom, hands down to you. When it comes to the best skill damage pair, I'm going to say it's going to be Charlie and Lee Seung-won. And this reason why this is going to be good is because it's going to be giving you guys fast rage cycling with strong AoE. All right, so when it comes to a premium pair, you're going to have Charlie and my man Martin. Martin brings outstanding damage while Charlie helps accelerate rage generation. Now, if you're trying to build an adventure team, what you're going to use, you're going to use Charlie in the front. In the back line, you're going to have Bella. And then you're going to put Martin back into the mix right there. All right, so when it comes to the different game modes that we have in this one, I'm going to break them down in stars. 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. All right, so for field PvP, I'm going to give him 5 stars. Zombie defense, 4 stars. Alliance defense, 4 stars. Adventure mode, 4 stars. Expedition, 3 stars. And Garrison, 3 stars. You might be asking yourself, Swill, is Charlie worth awakening? Absolutely. Elite fragments are easier to obtain than legendary fragments, and Charlie gains a significant power spike when awakened because his rage skill expands from hitting 3 enemies while 3 to 5 enemies while its damage, increasing its damage. I'm sorry, I got tongue tied there for a quick second. And when it comes to free to play, when it comes to the early game, he's going to get 5 stars off of that. Mid game, 4 stars. Late game, 3 stars. But the overall value for free to play is going to be 4 stars. So Charlie remains one of the better elite infantry heroes because of his mix of damage, durability, and rage generation. He's a very safe bet to invest in if you're a free to play or low spending player. His combination of crowd control, survivability, infantry buffs, and rage generation gives him excellent value into the mid game, of course. While legendary infantry heroes will eventually surpass him, Charlie is absolutely worth awakening and remains a dependable choice for field battles, adventure mode, and defensive play. Now, if I did miss anything in this video, let me know in the comments below. I hope I knocked pretty much all the nails on the head and shed some light on this hero. Because sometimes you might see a legendary hero and say, oh, I want the legendary, which is good. That's fine and dandy, but those ones take more investment into leveling up. And if you're trying to get some things, some objectives in the game completed, you need to make sure that you have heroes that can do those things. And he is most definitely one of the heroes that can fit that bill right there. But either way, guys, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.